Hey guys, Ryan here, and today I'm going to be doing my top 5 foundations. People that know me know that I have not really changed, not really changed my foundation like over the few years, over like 2 years I've kind of kept the same foundation. But however, I still have different foundations. When I say I have like an all-time favourite foundation, it's basically the one that I always normally go to. But every so often I get like a bit like, I'm like, oh, I want to try a new foundation, or I feel like this will look better today. So I always like have different foundations, but I normally only have one that I normally go to. And I think that's the same with any person that puts makeup on. You always kind of have that one foundation that you normally go to, and you normally have a few others that, like, when you get a bit bored of that foundation, you go to that foundation. So I'm going to give you my top 5. I'm going to actually start off with my like all-time favourite foundation, which I normally go to because I've talked about this so much and I've done blog posts and stuff like this, and this is the Max Factor Face Vanity All Day Flawless 3-in-1. I have like a few different shades of this. This is actually the darkest shade I've ever had, and it's the Bronzed 80, and this is when I like fake tan. And then I have like my winter one, which is like 4 shades lighter, which I haven't worn in months and months and months. So I've just been wearing the Bronze 80. And then I have like kind of an ivory based one when I'm coming out like I've got like really red skin. I kind of mix a bit of my ivory one with this one to kind of give me like a balance. So yeah, this is like even though it's a 3-in-1 foundation, it's like primer, concealer and foundation, I still have to I still use primer and conceal my face. I don't normally conceal my face, just my under eyes, which is fine by me because I think like foundations aren't supposed to be able to cover your dark circles. I think it's just for your face, and I think as long as they cover your face and it gives you that flawless look, then I'm not really worried about using another concealer under my eyes. This does last all day, and it doesn't really get, I was wearing this all summer and I didn't really get oily or shiny that much. So it was like, maybe, because I remember a few years ago I used to get a really oily like foundation in the summer, and maybe it's just my skin that's changed, but I don't tend to get that oily anymore. And then the next one I'm going to be talking about is another one that I think I've mentioned before, and it is the Rimmel London Stay Matte Foundation, and it's up to 12 hours natural shine control, and it looks like this. I have to say, I think I love the packaging like more than the product. I don't know why, I just think it's such a sleek packaging. The product is really good, like the foundation is really good. It's one of these foundations where I feel like I don't have to actually use powder. I think it like stays on long enough and it doesn't make me shiny, and yeah, it does actually stay matte. The only problem is with this one for me is I have to have a lot more time blending because it kind of spreads out. It's a good thing because it spreads out a lot more quicker, but it dries a lot quicker as well at the same time. I'm hoping that made sense. And when it dries out a lot faster, it means you have to really quickly blend before it kind of gets like patchy. So with this one I have to have a lot more like time to make sure it's all like blended and stuff like this, whilst my Max Factor one, like you can keep blending until like you're satisfied and then it'll slowly dry, whilst this one dries really quick. And it's a good thing and it's also a bad thing. For me it's a bad thing, but still the coverage is really good. The coverage isn't too, I'm not a big fan of like full coverage. I kind of like a medium coverage maybe, and this one just like seems to fit right in the middle of like covering like all my redness and my blemishes, but also kind of like keeping it kind of natural as well. Okay, so the next one is a CC cream, and this is like my first CC cream, and I remember if any of you have watched my Charli XCX tutorial, like inspired makeup look, that I used this cream, and it is the CC Cream Daily Corrector, and it is super goop, and it looks like this. You get like a bigger version. I've actually never ever heard of the brand Super Goop before, and my friend got it in a Birchbox, I think, and it wasn't her colour, so she gave it to me, and she gave me 2 little ones, and literally I've love these so much, I'm actually going to go and get the big one, because when my skin looks like alright and I feel like I don't really need that much coverage, or I'm in like a rush and I just want like a tiny bit of coverage, then this CC cream is so good. And if you kind of want it in the like dewy look, then this CC cream is amazing. You don't need to powder after you've put this on, because obviously if you like, it's when some foundations say they're like really like dewy, it kind of just makes you look oily and you still kind of got to pale like powder your T-zone and chin. Whilst with this CC cream, it's a really good balance between dewy and like matte, and it doesn't make you look oily and it doesn't go cakey either. It just looks like you're awake and fresh and your face just looks a lot more healthier, and I really recommend it. Especially if you don't like wearing like heavy foundations and you just like a little bit of like a moisturiser like tint, then this one's perfect. And the next one I'm going to be talking about is a Hello Flawless Oxygen Brow Brightening Makeup Foundation, which is by Benefit. Looks something like this. This is like the little baby one, you get like a bigger one as well. This foundation is like, one minute I really like it, one minute I don't like it, but at the moment I really like it. I think it's a perfect kind of foundation when it comes to like summer going into autumn, because summer going into autumn the weather's always like, especially in the UK, the weather's like really different. Some days it could be really hot and then some days it could be really like shit really. So this foundation is really good because like it's matte, but it also just makes you look awake. And I know sometimes with matte foundations it kind of makes you dull, especially when you powder it kind of makes you dull. This kind of like, it's matte but it kind of like lifts your skin up, and obviously it's supposed to brighten your face. Oh my god. It's supposed to brighten your face, and it actually does do that, I find. For me personally, it does like kind of look like I'm awake and it's still matte, which I've not found many foundations that are kind of like that. So it's a really good like coverage as well. It is a bit thicker than all my foundations that I've just shown you, so sometimes I put like a little bit of moisturiser, or like normally I only put this on like this part and this part and this part and I just blend it out. So yeah, so but if you do like a more heavy coverage kind of matte foundation, oh dropped it, if you do like a more heavier foundation with a matte like out look, then definitely try this, because it'll still like lift your face and it won't make you look dull, especially when it's like changing from summer to autumn, and like the like autumn to winter seasons you don't want to like look dull, you still want to look quite like fresh. Okay, the next foundation is a new foundation for me, and I've never ever used a foundation like this. As you can see, all my other foundations are all like liquid. This one's actually a stick, and it looks like this. Oh. And you have to basically like scroll it up, and this it is the Max Factor Pans stick, and it just looks like this. I think it's actually new, I'm not sure, I've never ever seen them before, but I literally got like 3 different ones of these, and these are like perfect for like if you just want to like cover your spots and you only want to cover like parts of your face. So like for me, when I put these on, it'll be like a bit on my chin, a bit on my like blemishing, and then like a tiny bit here and a bit on my nose, and then I'll just blend, and that really kind of like blends into my skin. Because some days you just don't, you kind of want like a concealer and you don't really want a foundation, then the pan sticks are really good. Another thing, if you're really into full coverage, then these pan sticks are amazing. And the reason how I know that is because I do drag on my second channel, and I've been using these to do my foundation with a sponge, and the coverage is amazing. However, the only problem with these sticks, you've got to make sure you powder, because they do get oily really quick, but apart from that, they're amazing. And to be fair, in like the winter colder seasons, you shouldn't have to really worry about like powdering as much, because it'd be a lot more colder, so your skin shouldn't get as oily as what it did in the summer. But if you're looking for like a cheap full coverage and a really easy and really like moist like texture and something that can just blend really, really quick, then I would definitely suggest checking out the Pan Stick by Max Factor. Okay, so that is my top 5 foundations. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you learned anything or if you ever tried any of these foundations, then give this video a like and make sure you subscribe and comment if you have any video suggestions, and also check out my second channel, Sylvia Blow, if you're interested in like kind of like drag, comedy and just like humour and bit of fun. So yeah, love you guys and see you soon. Mwah.